It's his sister, his brother, and that's their mother. So I'm like trying to get the whole family so I can have a full party of 4 and it'll just be like I can run the whole family on a party and they can all be together. I know it sounds weird. I thought that. But hear me out. I just want to be able to have a little family run around in Genshin and slaughter things together. Alright, is that so much to ask? But they actually call her Father, so her name is Father. This is Father, and these are the 3 children. They're so cute. And this is Chi-Chu, and she's a zombie. Let's see, we have Commission Studio. Not what I was looking for. What is this? Where is she? I get to hang out with Lynette. My day's been going good. I've been checking out this Genshin already. Oh, yeah. I forgot off last night, yeah. I was like, wait, no, I haven't eaten today yet. What? I ate last night when I got back. I still have my leftovers in the fridge. I had some zucchini and some ravioli.
Meow.
Oh, meow.
Oh, it's you. 1 second. Now activating chat mode.
She's so cute. I love her. Oh,
You made me jump there. I thought they'd finally caught me. Objectively speaking, the trouble was entirely of my own making. Half an hour ago, I was at Hotel de Boer for a drinks reception. It was to celebrate the successful opening of a show, but it was draining my energy. So, I waited for the right moment, then snuck away so I could switch to standby mode. Probably because I'm playing the lead role in the show? Is that so surprising? I'm always getting invitations to do solo performances. I just usually get Linny to write back and turn them down. But then came the Fontanalia Film Festival. We took all the kids from the House of the Hearth out to see a film, and after it finished, they all started clamoring for me to try out acting for some reason. Even Linny was chanting along with them.
Oh.
Anyway, it just so happened that a director called Mary who had sent me an invitation right around then. I'll spare you the details, but basically, I ended up accepting it. Yep, you nailed it. I'm playing the role of a puppet. In fact, the show's called The Lost Puppet, and it's a masked mime show. So I don't have to do any facial expressions or say any lines. Literally just a series of physical movements. The director says it's a very avant-garde art form. Art is not comprehended by the mind, but felt in the heart. At least, that's what the director says. Anyway, if nothing else, the opening performance seemed to go down well. At the drinks reception, everyone was crowding around me, saying, "Triumphant character portrayal, faithful adaptation of the original work, unequivocally, quintessentially avant-garde," and stuff like that. But being the center of attention is draining. So the moment they left me to go harass the director instead, I was out of there.
Oh my goodness.
The other thing is, some weird things happened while I was on the stage.
Oh no. Bobby.
Oh,
no.
Sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. My bad.
Oh my goodness.
We just met. We bumped into each other right after I slipped away. Well, it'd be kind of difficult for us to communicate otherwise. Besides, I think she's taken a liking to the name. Haven't you, Bonnie?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's right. Good kitty. We'll go find your owner soon, I promise. Nope. She's wearing a collar, and for the most part, she's pretty well groomed. If she is a stray, she hasn't been for long. Her stomach's been growling a lot. I guess she must have been missing for a few days now. As much as I'd love to hang out with her for a while longer, her owner's probably worried sick about her. Assuming she has an owner, that is. But the reception... I should probably Well,
Oh,
I just find it exhausting. It's fine. He got Fremine to make me a little something for just this poof! A phaetometer. It looks pretty over the top, I know. But it's essentially just a box of cards. He kept the design simple, so it'd be harder to break. The way it works is, I pick a card at random, then look at the number on the card. Well, for example, if the number on the card is 5 or higher, I help Bonnie find her owner. If it's less than 5, I go back to the reception. I just have to believe in the bond between me and my cards, and my fate will reveal itself to me in numerical form. At least, that's what Linny said. Anyway.
Go for it. Poor Bonnie.
Huh. I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong?
Oh no. Oh no.
Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fremine know.
Send that chopper to take the cards.
Let's see. Which card did I get? 4. Well, the cards fell on the ground though. If you want to get the right answer, you have to let fate decide. So, to put it another way, if picking a card up off the ground is how to not leave it to fate, then that means it must be the wrong answer. Or... Why don't you pick a card?
Sometimes you might
Since
get a
I
card
ran
you
into
don't
you
want.
here, Thank you.
Alright, I'll
This
pick
one
another
here,
card.
take the phaetometer. If it's 5, also, if you have your own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it. Now that...
Oh, man. I want to say that she should help Bonnie, but I also want to play with this phaetometer. Hard decisions. Flap the ears. Ears shout beside. Ears are pointing at...
Alright,
the phaetometer.
then let's see where
I want to do cards. Okay, the random checks triggered by the phaetometer often serve as indicators for destiny's course, or the success or failure of an action. Press to draw a card and get a random number between 1 through 20. If the number displayed is greater than or equal to the check difficulty, you will pass this check, otherwise you fail. Oh, okay. Okay. 5. Please? 9! We get to help Bonnie.
So,
That's what I
we're
wanted.
looking for Bonnie's owner? There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less. I should also mention, this time the cutoff was 5, but I just set that to wherever I feel like. To put it in perspective, I said I'd only do the show if I drew a 1. Fate can be pretty sneaky sometimes.
It must be fate. I mean, she drew a 1.
I think I'll go to the Steambird and see about putting an ad in the paper. You want to come along? I think Bonnie wants you to come with.
I would love to. I like Bonnie. Aw, Bonnie. They should have done the pet kitty thing like they did with the other cat. And I could... Oh, I got a phaetometer of my own? Ah, what? I got a phaetometer. We need to look at this. I can't pet that cat, but I can go pet the other cat. What is that? Funerary mask? Oh yeah, Senora. Oh, that's gross. I'm just carrying around this dead lady's crown. I'm gonna draw a card. Whoa, I got a 1. And an 8. Oh wait, how do I make this go away? Do I just leave? Can I pick this back up? Do I walk through it? No. Can I jump on it?
You could make a fortune from this.
No. Maybe not. Okay. Can I put this away or can I pick it up? Or... Okay, I still have it. Also, we still have our sleepy octopus on. Right, so we gotta go to the steambird. Where's the map? Okay, over this way. Little Chi-Chi doing her Naruto run. I gotta let my stamina go back so I can do this. Alright, Freezy.
Every stupendous day starts with a steambird. Oh, hi Lynette. Hi Traveler. What can I help you with? I don't think so. Have you picked up a stray?
Yep.
Yes.
If there's no commission to follow up on, could we post a notice about the missing cat instead?
Why, of course. What a kind thing to do. Just...
Oh, Bonnie.
Well, we've registered you as missing. You can stay at my place until your owner finds... Also, I just wanted to say... thanks for keeping us company for so long. Well, I should probably head back to the drinks reception. Hopefully most of the people have left by now. If you've got some time, you should stop by my place tomorrow to see Bonnie. There's a nice... Alright, see you then.
I will be there. I will come see Bonnie. Are you okay? They do seem quite busy, and then there's the rub. We should ask ourselves this honestly. If we did work at normal efficiency and with the usual workload at Maison Gestion, just how much would we be able to do? I never thought about any of this when I was with the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Only when I grew older and transferred to the Maison Gestion did I have more and more questions. Tell me about your patrol. It's highly streamlined, picking only the best of the best, regardless of any member's past. Even if they are children of criminals and thus of ill repute, they can join the patrol so long as they have the ability. This sounds funny, but the patrol is the least mechanized section of the guards. If we ask the present Captain Chevreuse about that, she'd say Gardamex will only block our bullets. Well, that is true. I mean, well, they can fight too, the Gardamex, but... Give me. Wheat and potato. Let's see. I am waiting until in the morning. Then I'm gonna go see what else. After we cook some food.
Wheel of life.
Oh, I forget that there's actually fall damage in this game. I need to heal myself now. Let's see. I need to heal everybody, actually. Let's see. Aired. Universal peace. Yeah, not Palia. I can't just jump. Unfortunately. What do we want to cook? Oh, we got 3 new recipes too. Alright, let's see. We've got... I've done 505, so I'm 5. Oh, I have to go through them like... click on them. Let's see. Oh. Okay, I'm only 1 of 10 for that, so we'll make masala cheese balls. Oh, what's the square? What does that mean? Oh. Okay, I have to click it. How many have I made? 6? I don't know why it has a square and a circle shown if I can't use my controller on the computer. I got a bonus. This one is Aranaro style dish that Paimon drained her brain juice dry to improve. In fact, a rather traditional recipe in Sumeru, so this one's a special one. So we have like, okay, so Nyan, but it still has the controls like it would be for a controller. If you haven't seen them before though, when you cook the special dishes sometimes, you will get a... Oh, what do I have here? Obtain my sugar. Anything else? I have like a whole bunch of special dishes. So, like this one has 2 different ones. Let's see, that one's Universal Peace. Can't know which one. I don't know, where is it? Honey roasted fowl. Where are the special ones? Like the character ones. Oh, like, okay, so like this one. Nope, that's not it. I have, oh, okay, so like that one. This is Nahida's specialty dish. And then there are other ones, like this one, is actually made by making this. So you make giant chili chicken, and then sometimes you might get the rockin' riffin chicken, which is in Yan's specialty. Its demonic appearance hides an absolutely demonic spiciness. Eat it, tear up, eat some more, and don't stop till you drop. Surely only a demon could have invented such a dish. Let's see. I had that. They have other character dishes too. Let's see. This one. Dory's specialty. Show me the Mora. And it's actually a version of this butter chicken. But it says Dory's specialty. After paying a large sum of Mora, you finally got a chance to taste the dish cooked by Lord Sangnama Bay herself. From chicken covered in silky sauce and a smooth texture with the mind-controlling chime of its great flavor, this dish is spurring an impulse in you to spend another fortune just to get another bite. Let's see. Oh, that one is too. An R&R style salad that Paimon drained her. Yep. And it's an offshoot of that. There was another one too. This one is Kujosara's dish. This, I think it's somebody's. Hold on. Nope. This one is. That's Kadara Kazuwa's dish. Kadihara Kazuwa. And it's an offshoot of the survival grilled fish. Let's see. This one. Zinyan's specialty. I don't know, they all look so good though. The food in the game looks really... But yeah, I healed my characters. But I tried to master all the recipes. So that's why I go through and I see like 10 of 10, 10 of 10, 10 of 10. 1 of 10, so I have to make more of this. I'm not gonna have enough to finish it all the way though because I don't have enough fish. 0 of 10, I can only cook 2 of them. 0 of 10, I can only cook 1. 2 of 10, and I can cook a few. 3 of 10, and I can cook 3, so I will get 6. Looking for something that's close. This one I can make 1 more. Alright. And then it'll be... There we go. We got the automatic cooking. And after you unlock that number, you can cook manually or auto cook. So that's what you're really unlocking, is the ability to not have to sit and cook it. Let's see. Do 5 more of those. Might be able to snip. I need to choose for that. 9 of 15. Everything takes 1 except for the fish. Can get to 11. Everything wants fish. I can also possibly buy fish from this dude, maybe. Bear coffees. Tell me about the sweet stuff. Now I can get recipes here too. Ooh. Yeah. Give me this. Alright. I can get coffee beans, but I have 100 already, so I have to find a fish stand. Ah, I can't see.
Looks like no more free coffee.
Alright, coffee is life. Let's learn our new recipes and see what they look like. Let's see. So things ain't new. These are all the ones I don't have the ingredients for. I'm waiting to see what the profiteroles look like. I don't see any profiteroles though. There's a mint jelly. Profiteroles. Oh, that's a caramel. Looks interesting. Tripes, I think that was one of the ones I just bought, wasn't it? No. Chicken, haggis, abductus. Where's the profiteroles? Scented things. Oh, there they are. Oh, blubber profiteroles. I need... What's this? Flour and cream. Alright, flour. I'll make 50. And then cream. I'll make 50 of those too. Let's see here. Fish. I can make 6 fish. I had them in my inventory. Butter. I have these 30 butter. Ham. I'm only gonna do 5 ham. Sugar. And these 39 sugars. Spice. Limit you about 50 spices. Crabway. To make 1 of those. Cheese. Oh, jam. I can make 4 jams. Cheese. I'm gonna make 10 cheese. bacon. We'll make 5 bacon. Sausage. We'll make 20 sausage. Mysterious meats we cannot make right now. Raw meat. Oh yeah, we can make cue from frozen meats. Alright. And then when that's all done, I'll be able to cook more dishes. See, I didn't have to go frozen. I already have some fish. I just haven't processed my ingredients. Alright, we're supposed to be waiting until the next morning. It's 7 a.m. So we'll go here, get a little time. Wait until 7.
Hey, do you know what? Neither do I. I already forgot.
Poor Chi-Chi.
I believe this cat belongs to me.
I already told you, this isn't your cat.
Just take a breather, you two. Oh, you're here. As you can probably see, you'll have to take a rain check on that tea I promised you. At least for now.
This is my friend's cat. He's preoccupied with some important business, so I came to retrieve her in his stead.
No. Okay, so we're gonna do a check on them. A vibe check, basically.
No. It's far more likely this cat escaped from the Humane Society.
Oh, they were suspicious.
Bonnie?
That's the name I've given her in the meantime.
With Ooh. 6. No. No.
Well, this complicates things.
I told you before.
Oh.
Listen, I'm the director of the Humane Society, okay? We've got so many strays, dogs. She just looked somewhat
Yeah,
familiar,
then
so
how are
I
you so
came
sure?
to check, just in case. If she turns out to be one of
Why do
ours,
you all
I'll take her
want this
back.
cat?
Simple as that. Even if that's not the case, the Humane Society could still take her in, if no one else comes to claim her, that is. We're an organization that specializes in rescuing and sheltering stray animals. We've been in business for several decades now. I'm Bernard, the current director.
The Humane Society. Huh. The name sounds familiar. I remember hearing good things. You're the one in the Quartier Lyonnais?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh,
Anyway,
I know, Ray.
if it's not too much trouble, could I if it turns out I really am mistaken, I suppose that means the cat belongs to this lady here. She would be the only remaining option after all.
It belongs to my friend.
Why
Go
can't I
on,
choose
Bonnie.
anything else? I need to want to. Don't you snatch that
Oh,
cat.
nope. Looks like I was mistaken. They do look similar, but there's an ever so slight difference in this one's fur color. Deepest apologies, friends. Well, I suppose this means
the
I
fuck?
still have a missing cat to search for. Apologies again for the confusion.
Was this one of you guys, or is this a random stranger?
Oh, yes, exactly.
Wait a second. You lied earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
Lied? I'm afraid
A liar always has a tell. The look in their eyes, their breathing pattern,
Yeah.
the way they hold themselves. The things that can give you away are often more numerous than you would think.
What are you talking about?
You don't get
The way I
cat.
see it, you're conflating baseless conjecture with fact.
Normally, when someone is called
yeah.
out, their breathing speeds up as they begin to panic. But your breathing pattern hasn't changed one bit. In fact, it's been strangely calm and measured this entire time. It stands to reason, then, that your agitated behavior earlier was all an act. If you're a bad guy,
Oh,
I'm sure
she's
you'll take off
definitely
running the
lying.
first chance you
Oh,
get.
yeah.
If you're a good guy, the most likely explanation is that you're a member of the Guards or some similar organization.
And you're basing this off of?
Intuition, nothing more.
Intuition. Well, I have to hand it to you, Lynette. You're right. I'm a member of the Guards. The name's Elodie. I'm currently investigating a cross-border smuggling case. This cat here, Bonnie, what's her name? Well, her owner is one of the prime suspects of our investigation. A couple of days ago, our suspect got wind that we were on his tail and fled. That's most likely how he got separated from the cat. I just so happened to stumble upon your notice in the Steambird, so I decided to see if he'd come back for her. But it looks like I overestimated him.
I bet he was that guy.
The impact of this
Where the
case
guy
has
were-
been huge. The Marechaussee Phantom, the Guards, and the Special Patrol have all launched
Or that guy
investigations.
was one of his
If there was
lackeys.
even the slightest chance that he would show himself, I had to follow up on the lead. A new kind of illegal
What's being
drug,
smuggled?
imitation synth. We confiscated all
Oh,
the
God.
synth on the market, but addiction isn't something that goes away overnight. Even without substances on the market, people are still looking for a way to get their next fix. And criminals are all too eager to capitalize on that addiction. That was the impetus for imitation synth. Needless to say, a small-scale market opened up very quickly. After the original synth debacle, we put several measures into place to prevent similar incidents from occurring. The perpetrators got smart, though, and shifted their sales overseas before those measures could kick in. That's when the imitation synth
See, that's the
smuggling
thing, that they were
began.
both lying.
We
so
only recently got word of the presence of imitation synth overseas. We managed to track down evidence of some early
the question
transactions.
is, who is he?
What we were able to find out, however, hasn't proven that useful given the amount of time that has passed. The Marechaussee Phantom launched an investigation to track down every person in Fontaine capable of producing a drug like that. That's how we learned about Bonnie's owner. He's a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. His name is Pierre. Pierre Lafayette, to be exact.
Lefebvre.
The Marechaussee Phantom found him in Poisson. In addition to the cat, he also had a pendant with him.
Oh. Okay.
At first, there wasn't much cause for suspicion. A search of his house didn't reveal much to go off of either. The Marechaussee Phantom very nearly left it at that. It was only later that we realized the coat of arms on his pendant belonged to none other than the Lafayette family, one of the most infamous aristocratic families in Fontaine. Obviously, this discovery prompted a further investigation into Pierre. At that point, however, we discovered that he'd already fled. Now the Guards and the Special Patrol are all searching for him.
Yeah.
It's not possible, actually. The Lefebvre family has been gone for a long time.
Exactly.
I feel like Lynette was a
Many years ago,
Lefebvre.
several important members of the family, including the patriarch, were murdered by an assassin of unknown origin. From that point on, family's power and influence took quite the hit. The family is engaged in all manner of crimes. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of people waiting
And
in the
her
wings
brother,
to take their
of
revenge.
course.
And with the family severely weakened, they were able to do just that. Most of the remaining family members succumbed to sickness or hunger. The ones that survived are currently living out their days under a new identity. Pierre is one of those very survivors. He's been hiding away in the Fontaine Research Institute all these years. His true identity unbeknownst to all. Until now, that is. Well, my fellow guards have told me all about how smart and courageous you both are. And I know you possess a strong sense of justice. There could be a chance that Pierre, or one of his accomplices, might attempt to get close to Bonnie. Now that you've been briefed on the situation, I was hoping you'd help us keep a
Jen.
lookout.
Well, that guy,
If I take Bonnie
obviously-
back to the guards with me, there's no way Pierre will try and come for her. Not even the most daring of criminals would attempt something like that. I have to admit, I'm not holding out too much hope that Pierre will come back for her. But if there's even the slightest, well, I've got some other leads to follow up on. If Pierre does appear, please
Of
contact
course
me
he's
right
gonna
away.
Come back for her. She has Bonnie. Who wouldn't come back for the Bonnie?
It's
Oh,
nothing. It's just
No, give me that bullshit.
the head of the Lefebvre family. He was the
Oh,
eminent person
okay.
who kidnapped me all those years ago. It was at a dinner party.
Oh,
Someone tricked me into boarding the Lefebvre family carriage. Whoever it was, they took me back to their home. But before anything worse could happen, Father intervened. Yep,
yep, that was
Father was the one who orchestrated the fall of the Lefebvre family. That's what led Lenny and I to join the House of the Hearth. After all these years, I never thought I'd hear the Lefebvre. Don't worry about me. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I was just thinking about Lenny. He's been acting strange
no,
recently.
yeah.
He avoids
Oh.
me for days on end, consumes
Oh.
himself with some secret investigation, and
Yep,
then out of the blue pushes me to do that acting job. Thinking about it
yep,
now,
he's on the case already.
it's almost like the one I drew from that deck of cards was part of his plan all along. He must have asked Fremine to help him out. In any case,
Yep.
I know he's hiding something from me. He's really pulled out all the stops this time. It's very possible. I'm sure he tried to send me away because he was afraid it would bring up some painful memories for me. It wasn't necessary, though. Even after all these years, he's still as overprotective as ever. You'll have to help me teach him a lesson if we run into him along the way.
No. He's your brother. That's his job. We're not gonna get mad at Lenny for trying to
Yep.
protect you.
I want to head to the Fontaine Research Institute to learn more information about Pierre. Just let me activate search mode and then we'll head out. Who knows?
She's
Maybe
so
we'll
cute.
run into Lenny along the way.
There for a while, I thought she actually was a robot. But she actually just pretends to be a robot because she's that antisocial and has that high of anxiety that it helps her cope with reality and other people. She pretends to be a droid, basically. Like when you talk to her sometimes, she's like, battery recharging. Come back later. Oh, she is great. I love her. All three of the brothers and sisters are great. Oh my gosh, Fermine has like he's a mechanical genius and a scuba diver, and he also has really high social anxiety.
A little bit of both,
Oh.
perhaps.
I'll show you some
For
of
the most
their-
part, though,
Yeah.
I just have the
They're-
sense
they're
that
both-
something's
yeah.
not right. Something isn't adding up
Lenny
about
is
Pierre's
the only
story.
one that's outgoing, and he's
I'm
the
just
one
not
that
sure
don't have
what.
it. Him and father. I'd also want to know, because I'm nosy. Hi, Bellany.
Okay,
Come on with us.
I'll write a letter explaining everything to the crew. Once that's done, we can head out.
Good. Yeah, here, I'll show some of their interactions. I have a pretty high friendship with both of them. Let's see here. Profile. Story. Let's see. Oh, that was the feeding machine. Let's see, these aren't the ones I wanted. I wanted the voiceovers.
Seems Lenny
Okay,
is saying some
so-
strange things again. It's really worrying. Tea is ready. Now it's time for a short rest. Entering standby mode. I hope
There it
nobody
is.
disturbs me.
Yeah, entering standby mode. Let's see.
During our shows, I'm usually
See-
Lenny's assistant. Because I never speak or change expressions, people often mistake me for a puppet. This kind of misunderstanding can prevent unnecessary social interactions. So it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, look at that. Let's see. About.
I tend to have
see,
difficulties
for
operating
troubles.
any kind of machinery. As soon as I stop paying attention, all kinds of things start to
Oh.
go wrong. Once, I even broke the dryer on a rainy day. At least Fermine is good at fixing things. Delicious.
This is true.
I've already memorized the Thank you for your generosity. Perhaps you could reconsider the spice ratio a bit. Dishes should not be overseasoned. Good food preserves the original taste of the ingredients. Pry open the shells, squeeze a bit of lemon juice onto the fresh shellfish. No plate necessary. Perfection. A person's mental
Yep,
state is
her
like a
hobbies.
bowstring. If it's constantly under high tension, it will be at risk of suddenly snapping. So, outside of work, I prefer to do things that relax my brain, like making tea, feeding cats, and just zoning out. The calmer one normally is, the easier it is to deal with crises when they do pop up.
Yeah. Cat girl Sophie, yeah. She is one of the only actual cat girls in here.
He is a
Well, here's
delicate
Fermine.
and gentle child, but also tends to belittle himself. Perhaps due to his previous experiences. Sometimes he feels like the antithesis of Lenny. But since they're both family, when their opinions clash, I will bridge their differences. Oh,
And this is
how father
father.
expresses love. Well, not everyone can accept it.
Yeah.
But it is only because of father that home can be called home.
And then we've got little Fermine. Let's see here. Oh my gosh.
As you
It's some of
know,
his
diving
stuff.
is one of the few things I'm any good at. I spend more time among the Tidalga than I do talking to people. They don't ask you questions or act disappointed. They just float there quietly with you. The underwater world is much simpler than the world of dry land.
Let's see.
One day when
Oh,
I
yeah,
surfaced
this one was
after a
funny.
dive, the Chief Justice was just standing there alone on the beach. I don't know whether he had something on his mind, or was just enjoying the view. Obviously, I didn't ask. I only locked eyes with him for a split second, before disappearing back underwater. Thinking back, I must have looked so guilty.
They take
Father
out-
doesn't
okay,
like
there
it when
is.
children cry. Father says tears are the product of emotion and weakness. So when Father scolds me, I hold it in until I'm underwater, where no one can hear me cry. At least I have the Romaritime flowers to keep me company.
Yeah. He's so sad. Let's see.
Apart from diving, my main hobby is dismantling mechanical things and modifying them.
This is
I
his
also
penguin.
collect spare parts, and sometimes I build new clockwork toys out of them. Huh? Pear? No, Pear is more like family to me. We grew up together. No, I'm serious. I'm always tinkering with it to add more functionality. I truly hope that a day will come when Pear can fly free into the sky.
I think one of his idle animations you get to see Pear. But Pear is his little toy penguin. There's his diving helmet. He uses it to hide from people. Yeah, cat girls. I like their whole family. I need to collect Winnie and I need to collect Father. And then I need to level them up. Because I've got Fermine and Lynette to 80.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Of course, Chi-Chi is 90.
2.
You know, everybody
2,
says Chi-Chi sucks so
3,
bad, but I've made it this far
4.
with Chi-Chi. She's like, aesthetically, she's like one of my favorite characters. Purple is my favorite color. I like the zombie thing. Ouch. I like the little stickers on her. Her eyes, her outfit. I just love Chi-Chi. I love her voice. Her little pom-poms on her shoes. She's so cute. And people, if you look it up, people like really hate her as a character.
Faster?
Like,
Okay,
people
faster.
will make fun of you for having a Chi-Chi as a main. But I think she's the most adorable, and she's actually just a really good character. I mean, as long as you know how to build her, she's a really good character. I love her. I always have her on my team, always. Like, Chi-Chi never leaves my team. She is my main character. But Lynette, yeah, is really good too. She used to be in my team for a long time. She was one of her and Fromine were both in my team. I think I have almost 10 friendship with both of them. Actually, let's see. I can change, well, this one. Cute. She is a fake cat girl. Do you see her ears? So she's a real cat girl. She's a real cat girl. And you said that there was a third one. Who was the third one? Who was the third cat? Is it? I thought she was a dingo. A dog or... Yeah, she's a dog. Right? Hold on. What did I do? Hold on. There's a dog. I see. I don't know who the other cat is. Farazan's a deer. Or a goat. I think she has hose, doesn't she? Wayla is an elf, just like Klee. Oh my gosh, did I ever get Klee? No, I still don't have Klee. I need Klee. If there's another cat girl, I don't own them. I only have Lynette and Dory.
Time for afternoon tea.
We'll switch them out. I already have a water.
Where do I even start?
Have Lynette help Lynette. Since I still have level 80 characters though, I might need to change my world down a little bit. Oh, it's a brother
Lynette,
and...
you're, not at rehearsal?
Yeah.
You can drop the act,
Oh,
brother.
gee.
In fact,
Oh.
I don't think either of us will have a need for acting anytime soon. You should know better than to try and keep something from me. You've never been able to do that, even when we were kids.
And that's why I tried to distract you with the masked mime show. But I guess you're just too good.
Care to introduce us to your
No shit.
new assistant?
This is
Nothing.
Officer Shavras, captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. You may have met her already.
It's an honor to meet you.
Okay.
I have to admit, I'm quite familiar with both of you
I missed
already.
the Chevreuse poll.
I should clarify something. Mr. Linney's here at my invitation, not the other way around. To borrow your expression, Miss Lynette, I suppose that would make him my assistant more than anything. We've brought on Mr. Linney as a consultant in the past. He was instrumental in helping us crack a case involving a perpetrator who used magic tricks to commit crimes. I was hoping he'd be able to provide some valuable
there for that
insight
one.
this time around as well.
So you've heard everything then?
That's exactly why we're
Yep.
here. There's always been questions surrounding the fall of the Lefebvre family. Some people even believe the House of the Hearth was involved. Whoever was behind it
No.
all was extremely cautious.
No.
They didn't leave a shred of
Course
evidence. This very fact, however, leads me to believe it was
So
indeed the work of
strange.
that harbinger. I took a look at the entrance and
Hmm.
exit records of all the carriages that night. Let's just say it wasn't hard to deduce that there's... Don't worry, I don't have any evidence to that effect, and I certainly don't plan on going to bat for such a despicable family. Plus, you were victims back then more than anything. I sought Mr. Linney's help with the smuggling case. Nothing more. The way I look at it, it's a collaboration between us as people, not the organizations we represent. Besides, by working together, we can expose the truth as quickly as possible. You can hardly say that's at odds with the justice my organization... Not at all. I was planning to invite you from the very beginning, Miss Lynette. It's just that my assistant here raised some objections.
Linny, I'm not the same person I was back then. That little girl who did nothing but cower in the corner in fear, she doesn't need saving anymore.
This is... I wish I could just click mouth. I know you want to protect your little sister, but little sisters don't stay little forever.
I'm sorry, Lynette. You're right. I let my concerns get the better of me.
Oh, and the next time you want to distract me, you should try a different approach.
But yeah, don't make her do something horrible, like a play.
Who's this?
Jeez.
You pick up a stray while I was gone?
It's a bit complicated. I'll explain later. Anyway, her name's
My
Bonnie.
hair but good if a lot of my
Well,
hair.
if there are no objections, then I
Jeez.
suppose the only thing left to
Oh,
say
man.
is... Lynette, Traveler, welcome to the team.
Thanks.
It appears the Lefebvre family was very particular in their use of insignias and emblems.
She has bad need
The family would
protection.
use different
She
emblems to
got
mark
this.
differences in status, blood relation, and the like. In fact, the insignia that was discovered on the pendant was used to represent an illegitimate child.
Well then.
It's highly likely. That very status might have been what allowed him to emerge from the fall of his family relatively unscathed. It would also explain why he was able to assume a new identity as a researcher with relative ease.
We discovered something interesting, though. After talking to some of his coworkers, it appears he pretty much works at the Institute in name only. He's practically been cast out.
Well, that's weird.
Apparently, Pierre was once addicted to synth. He tried to use the resources at the Institute to create a substance with a similar effect. He claimed it was just for research purposes, but the Institute revoked his access to the relevant materials regardless. He was placed on disciplinary leave, pending a thorough investigation of his actions. But it seems the Institute ran into some trouble along the way. Could have been a lack of personnel or a timing issue. In any case, they had to table their formal investigation into Pierre. Unfortunately, that also included reporting any relevant information to the higher authorities. As for his family background, it appears none of his co-workers at the Institute were aware of that information. All they could tell us was that he was quite the recluse. Other than the pendant, we didn't find anything else of note at his residence in Poisson. Based on the samples of imitation synth we've been able to analyze, it appears the substance leaves behind strong traces wherever it's produced or stored. Those traces might not be obvious to the casual observer, but they're not something our guard poodles would miss. Pierre's home, though, came up completely clean.
Guard poodles.
We didn't find any records indicating possible involvement in overseas transactions either. So, the Marechaussee Phantom didn't view him as a major suspect at first.
Maybe he had a separate, dedicated area where he made the imitation synth.
Well, his neighbors did say he was often gone for long stretches of time. You would think with him out and about so much, people would have spotted him around Poisson, but residents said they barely ever saw him in town. If his reclusive nature was just a matter of keeping a low profile, I guess it would make sense for him to have a secret base to carry out his business.
After he disappeared, the guards conducted a thorough search of Poisson, but they didn't come across any suspicious locations.
Poisson. You know Hotel de Boer, where I first found Bonnie? To get there from Poisson, you have to cross a stretch of ocean. It's not somewhere a cat could just wander off on its own.
A cat? You mean...
Bonnie is Pierre's cat.
Oh, that's right! When the Marechaussee Phantom first tracked him down, I remember there being something about a cat in their report.
From what we've learned about Pierre's habits, he doesn't seem like the type to venture out without a purpose. So what you're saying, Lynette, is that Bonnie couldn't have gone missing in Poisson. If that's true, then...
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, what I was saying, I was laughing at guard poodles, but yeah, I have the characters turned up so you guys can enjoy the story.
Exactly. Bonnie might even know where it is.
Wait, you think the cat can lead us there? But she's not trained like one of our guard poodles. How is she supposed to understand what we want her to do?
Oh. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Wiggle ears. Wiggle. Meow, meow. Let's see, which one are we feeling? You guys want to pick? Let's see how many are there. 1, 2. There are... Oh yeah, I know, I saw that part. Yeah, she is cute. But I was just laughing at the guard poodles, because they're guard poodles. Man. But yeah, 12 cards. Someone throw me a number. Any number. Maybe because there's 7 viewers, we'll do 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want 6? Okay, we'll do 6. Wait, you said from the left. Yeah, this is from the left. Alright. Oh, we got a 2. Oh, I'm sorry.
Guess she's a little skittish around. Meow. Meow,
I'll
meow.
leave it to you.
Meow.
You're fine. It's just the game.
Near the coast, the beach, and beneath the cliffs. The place we're looking for is most likely north of the Court of Fontaine.
Well, I've certainly never taken a witness statement like this before.
Well, if it works out, maybe it's something worth getting used to.
Cats and humans are actually pretty alike. When it comes to communication, most of what we want to convey can be accomplished through body language alone. But humans tend to rely too much on speech to ever take advantage of that fact. Of course, body language has its limitations. You're not going to be able to get across anything too complicated.
The important thing is that we now have a lead. Let's try and find a place that matches the clues Bonnie gave us.
I don't even know if this is the edge, not the right direction. I'm just floating around, having fun being a cat girl. Let's see here. Also, because my characters, let's see, I need to go down one. Oh, thank you for the follow, Ember. I need to go down to 7 so that Lynette can actually do something.
Shower me with praise! Life goes on.
Let the magic begin!
Wheel of life. Play.
Oh. Run, Chi-Chi, run! Alright. Let's go to... Oh. Teleport to Wayport. Alright, we got down Lynette. Oh, meow, Bonnie. Meow.
Seems like Bonnie is trying to take us somewhere.
Bonnie. And we are gonna follow her. Oh.
Gardamet's
She's
ahead.
so fluid.
Look out!
Okay. Can you really do the thing? Okay. There are other people. We gotta do our teams, everyone's teaching.
Sacred name, Fortune Preserver. Faster. Life goes on.
Watching the rain.
Sick tricks.
I could probably turn
Let's
the
begin.
sound down on what is this?
May I present?
Yep, present away. Come on. Get us all. There we go. We're good to go. Okay, now where are we going? Right in front of us. Bonnie? Bonnie! What's up, Bonnie? What'd you find? There's nothing here. Can I talk to you, Bonnie? What's that? Okay, oh. They want me to go up here.
Wow, Lynette, you found this place so easily. If I thought there was any chance you'd say yes, I'd recruit you into the Special Patrol here and now. No questions asked.
Sounds familiar. I pretty much receive letters daily from people trying to poach her from me.
Let's just focus on our search. There's a lot to investigate.
Aha! Just as we thought. This is where the imitation synth was being made. Looks like he's got more than just imitation synths stashed around here. In addition to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, there's a large quantity of cleaning agents and a few drugs I haven't been able to identify. These cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance, like its smell. The Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by the stuff. I'm sure that was the case for Pierre as well. It must have taken a considerable amount of time and skill to ensure all those traces get washed away. But what are these other drugs for?
Seems Lenny is saying some strange things again. It's really worrying.
And Lenny, are you saying strange things? Why are you saying say, hey, Lenny, why are you saying strange things?
The material these bags are made of, it's quite rare.
Oh, yeah. Lenny used to make these bags for everyone. And they were magic bags, like a Mary Poppins bag. You could literally put all of your stuff in there. They were like eternal pockets or something like that. I don't know. He gave everybody one.
It's the very same, actually. Romaritime flower
Yeah.
fiber. But there's something special about the composition of these bags. I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant. Even the strings look specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight. I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. From the look of them, they seemed far less durable as well. Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but if it was sealed away in a bag like that, it might be possible to elude detection for some time. But what could these big bags be for then? If the goal is to keep the imitation synth hidden and sealed away, these bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
Maybe he's inside the bag. More there. Special visitor. On here. Oh. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh. I was trying to find the, what is it? Doesn't have it here. Oh. It's a body bag, yeah. I was trying to find, there's like a special vision. Isn't there that, like, you can do? What are these? Are those shells? Oh, I think those are turtles. Shells. Oh, there's something over here.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's house, there was no sign of these barrels, right? You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things. How did he get them here, then?
The bags? Maybe? Oh, okay.
Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
Yeah. Maybe they were
Based on the various
barrels
ingredients we found,
themselves and they floated
this appears to
this
be where
way.
Pierre was cooking up his imitation synth. It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left. That's how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
So then he transferred the imitation synth into small sealed bags and took it somewhere else for the...
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him. That would potentially create too many eyewitnesses. The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles. But if a member of the public or even a guard on patrol happened to see him during the drop-off, a quick search would reveal everything. That's still a very risky operation.
Oh, yeah.
The barrels
guard
we found were
poodles.
wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water.
Yeah.
If you put a barrel in the water, it will normally float on its side. Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case...
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he
What if
could
you put
afford to
something
load
heavy
them
enough
more
in the
fully.
bottom, it would have stayed upright.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around.
But then wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Oh,
Traveler.
Barney.
Can you come take a dip in the sea with me? I have a feeling that somewhere down there, we might find some rope. If a rope can be used to keep a pet from running away...
Oh, I love swimming in Fontaine. Let's do it. Where are we going? We're going this way. How do I dive? Ah, okay. Left control. Come here. Daggum it.
The wreckage of a small boat?
Finally. Oh wait, hold on. Where is it? Come on. How do I aim it though? Oh, these are the bad ones. Oh shit. Yep. Go, run. Do not fight those. Go resuscitate when hit. Then you can take those guys. Don't attack me. The crabs used to not attack here, do they? Do they attack you now? Oh. Sorry, crab. I didn't mean to. I thought you were attacking me. Let's see. Helped food to bring them back. Yes. Wosaurus. No. E5. Gotta find one of the theorems. It has the bring back. Let's see. Wosaurus. Or, oh, there it is. Revives. Okay. Oh, it's got the wings on them. Okay. Is that one? Lynette. Then give her some beef. Oh, wait, she has a favorite dish too. What? Okay. Nope, soft. Do not fuck with the... Do not fuck with those things. Okay. I do still need this though. Just because I don't know how to aim my E. Oh, you can aim it this way. Okay.
Got it. Time to go up and report.
Don't you do it. Nuh-uh, we're not playing with you. We're going this way.
As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this. With this anchoring system,
Well?
it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. You would just need to drop them in the water at the agreed-upon location. We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves. Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
Let's talk this through. Based on the evidence we've collected, it seems like Pierre would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point, drop off the barrels, leave, and then row back and retrieve them after the transfer was complete.
Okay. Well,
It could be that he was trying to avoid
Yeah.
meeting up with his associate face to face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times. That way, the two parties wouldn't have to meet each other.
Well, if that's the case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. Two boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous. The most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone. The floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation. likely in charge of transporting the goods across the border.
Since we've determined that the goods were transported by boat, maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
We can certainly check the various ports for that information. It's possible, however, that Pierre's associate also used a small boat for the transport, and docked along the shore rather than at a large port. If that's the case, it's unlikely there would be any record left behind. Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels. We also had port authorities keep a lookout for anything suspicious. Unfortunately, we were never able to find out how they managed to get the imitation synth across the border. You're right. Whatever vessel was used for the pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport. That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit. They must have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Well, we can
can't
still
let
search
any
for
opportunities
clues.
slip through the cracks. Although, given the amount of ports that could be involved, we should probably split up.
A what?
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
I should also head back and update my
Aw.
platoon on our progress. I'll grab some reinforcements while I'm at it. Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumideus Harbor and see what you can find out?
All right. Come on, Bonnie.
Oh my
you
gosh.
too.
It's pronounced Lumideus? What? You know, I never even thought about what it was called. You made it Lumideus? Wow.
If you ever see any stickers on
Lumideus.
my back, do me a favor and take them off. Malazines like to play
Lumideus
pranks sometimes.
Why use a regular douche when you can use a Lumideus? Light up your hoo-ha with Lumideus today. What do I mean I'm looking for? Where am I going? Wait, where am I going? Oh, Lumideus Harbor. Lumideus. Off. Oh yeah, it's on the edge. You don't want to know. Hey, stop. It's a...
Oh, Lynette, Traveler. And Bonnie, too. What brings you all here?
Did something happen?
We're here to check your travel log.
Oh,
You have
I'm in charge of guarding the
major
port.
Criminals.
you mentioned you were after...
Yeah, fetch.
Looks
Why
like
you
I've got
looking at-
another hard day of
Ooh,
work ahead of me.
It's kinda sus. Why'd she give me that side eye?
No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that, everything was normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple stuff. But things are much more
sounds good.
complicated now. We somehow let suspicious cargo pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still...
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation?
Yep.
Yep.
However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections. Or at least, we're supposed to.
So what happens to the goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly. If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband, we return them to the ship they were confiscated from, instead of letting them pass through the port.
Sorry for the wait. These are the travel logs for all the recent activity at the port.
I have snacks.
Oh,
Hey, it's a guard
You
poodle.
brought Gerard with you.
Actually, He followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me.
Oh. Yeah? Oh.
Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
I don't think that that's true.
We were so
But
careful
this-
not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us. If it leaves a residue so easily, I just don't understand how the culprit was able to disguise the goods at all.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities ride to and from work.
Yeah.
The Humane Society.
Yeah, I told you. I thought
Their
man
name is
from the
all over
Humane
the exit
Society.
logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as
Yep.
overseas adoption.
Ah, the director
Yep.
of the organization explained that actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So his organization offers an overseas adoption program.
Bernard, the director of the Humane
Yeah.
Society, was the man who came looking
I
for
knew it.
Bonnie earlier.
I like that. He is the guy who was looking for.
Have you figured it out too, Traveler? The way the criminal disguised the goods? When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, he was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
Oh, no. They're not using the like cats and dogs as drug mules. Oh, no. That is terrible. Howard, you checked her stomach.
Wait, what?
The sealed bags we
Yep.
found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant.
Oh, no. No. That mother? That you... No.
There were gaps around the lids of the barrels, and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water.
Oh my god. Mihoya, what the hell are you doing? Writing a story about cats and dogs eating drugs being made into drug mules. Oh my gosh.
Those drug shovers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals.
I agree. Yeah, me there. There, I allowed it. Alright, yeah, I know. I'll let it through though.
Pierre must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation synth at his secret base. Then he stuffed them into floating barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
The sealed bags combined with an
Oh my
animal's body
gosh.
odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent of
That is
imitation synth.
gross.
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious. Even if we tried to feel around for something, I'm sure it would be difficult to detect.
Exactly. I bet Bernard even transported animals with synth in their stomach alongside ones without. That way, it would be even harder to say with certainty that something was amiss.
I bet you this happens in real life too, though. That's the sad thing.
She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled. Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open, roaming the streets of Fontaine. If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes. He would have had no choice but to go after her.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
I know it happens with humans, but I'm pretty sure, it probably happens with animals too, unfortunately. And they have no choice, it's not like they can give consent. It's not that all, honestly, all humans don't even give consent to that when they are forced to do it, so I'm sure with animals it's even worse. Oh, yeah.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here. I get the part about hiding the substance in the pets, but those, what did you call them again? Floating barrels?
Toys and
Why even put the animals in there in the first place? If you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel, why not just stuff it with the imitation synth directly? Why not wait to hide the stuff until after the exchange has been made?
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them.
They would still have to force it, though. An animal's not gonna just eat a bag.
That step would have required a lot of energy, as well as a certain amount of technical expertise. So, it was better left to the more experienced Pierre. We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same fate.
Okay, then let's head to the Humane Society right away and bring that guy to justice. I'll bring a Gardamek to speed up the process.
Not if we get there first. Nebulette's gonna give him... Wow. Oh, no, wrong. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna teleport here. And we're gonna go finish getting the kitties. Plus it gives me something to edit out of the videos when I make a YouTube. Without that,
the headquarters of the Humane Society should be somewhere around here. Bernard could show up any moment now.
Any moment now. Bernard. Where are you, Bernard? I see. There. See you, Bernard.
Ah, you're the people from earlier. Wait, you're from the guards?
Oh, gotcha, bees.
After him! We can't let him get away!
Yeah, let me run then. Get him.
Give it up, Bernard.
Get him, Melody.
Mercy. Have mercy. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything I know.
I don't care about that.
The Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious deed in its name.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't have a choice, okay? My father cared about those blasted animals so much, he didn't bother to take care of his human wife and son at all. While those animals were showered with love, I lived worse than a dog.
I am saving the kitties. This is that quest, so save the kitty.
No one asked. Tell me, how did you first get to know Pierre?
Well, after I took over the Humane Society, it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly passed me a letter. It said
Like
that
in
I could
school?
stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad. It was only after a few such transports that I finally understood what I was really transporting.
Why did you not take the drugs out of the cats?
But then Pierre wrote to me, saying that we were already partners in crime and that I better keep cooperating with him if I didn't want to be reported to the guards. I would order wooden barrels and flotation devices according to his instructions, and then load the sleeping animals onto a boat. Once I sailed to the location he provided, I would dump everything together into the sea.
What? You dump the kitties in the
And a few
sea.
days after that, I'd come by again in my boat and pick up the animals sleeping in the barrels. Once I had received enough of them, I'd bring them to the harbor to be adopted abroad. That guy, Pierre, he was running the entire show. He set up all the meeting times and found all the foreign adopters. And he even supplied all of the goods, too. I just did the transport. He was the one who planned out and executed everything else.
That does not make you not
Look, I
guilty.
don't know, okay? I've never ever met
You
him in
knew what was
person. We've
happening.
only ever communicated through letters.
And when did he send his final letter to you?
Hey,
Just last night, he said that the Marechaussee Phantom is now after him, so he's planning to go into hiding for some time. He didn't mention where he's thinking about going, though, but he did tell me to look out for the...
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
I burned them. It was on his orders. I had to burn every letter after reading them. I wasn't even allowed to share them with the rest of the society employees.
what that mean? I'm pretty sure if you had, you would have been caught a lot sooner, because ain't nobody
Sure
going
sounds
for
like you're
that
trying
shit.
to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin the blame on Pierre.
Yep.
No, I swear,
we
this
know
time
that
I'm only
you're
telling you
not
the truth.
one.
Well,
Yeah,
we can
don't
check the
believe
truth
you.
of your statements at the Opera House. I hope you know what'll be coming for you if I were to find any discrepancy between the evidence and the testimony.
Yep.
I know, I swear I was just telling the truth.
Well, we're gonna let the Patrice Cardinale sort now. Figure it out.
My thanks to you both.
'Cause it's magic.
Had it not been for you,
No, wait. Brunk.
I really don't know
None
what
of
would
that.
have happened to this case.
Bonnie helped, too.
Yeah.
That's true. It was
That
all
is
thanks
true.
to her that Bernard was finally exposed.
Good Bonnie. Yeah, good Bonnie. You're sweet Bonnie.
And it looks
Hey,
like she's grown quite
uh-oh.
fond of you too as well. Then I'll
Are
leave you
in on
be.
it? Why is she
Just let me
hiding
know
from
if you find any other new leads.
Is she hiding from Elodie? I feel like Elodie is part of this because somebody had to have been letting this dude through. So no, the case is not closed. Lear did this. I feel like she's part of this. Lynette.
It was that obvious, huh?
Yeah.
Well, even though it didn't feel like Bernard was lying, after talking to him, I'm getting an even stronger sense that something's not quite right. We investigated
Yep,
so
I
quickly
agree.
that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way. Let me activate deduction mode and consider things again from the top to see if we can find anything new.
Yeah. Somebody had, and also, if you remember, the dog, okay, was not only sniffing us, it was sniffing Elodie too. Like, you know, I think, Elodie is definitely in on this. Hold on. Oh, go.
Is there still anything unresolved or strange that
This
we
is
should try to
what the-
consider?
Yeah. Elodie. Well, let's see.
Well, we've discovered
Yeah,
that
there's-
Bernard is responsible for the trafficking, while Pierre deals with supplying the goods. Is there something else in this scheme that we're missing?
Yes? Okay. Oh, I hate these things. Let's see here. Chalk. The handoff. I have proven that Bayard and Pinheiro is the man handoffs by passing floating barrels to each other on open stretches of water. Connections. Any past member of the Lavere family would probably have a number of connections outside of Fontaine. Okay. No, hold on, I need to look at the rest. Bernard can be compensated for his work after completing the shipment. No suspicious record will be left as long as he receives the funds as an eventual rather than through the Healing Society. Ledger? Okay.
There's no need to
Nope,
rush.
not the right
Let's
one.
see if
Not the ledger.
Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. If Bonnie had imitation synth in her body, then she was a liability that had to be recovered at all costs.
Let's see
But
here.
if she wasn't carrying anything, and thinking about it, Bernard only attracted our attention in the first place because could it be that the person who wrote the letter also knew nothing about Bonnie's whereabouts? Or they had a separate goal entirely? The Marechaussee Phantom found Bonnie and the Lefebvre pendant at Pierre's residence. That was the beginning point of our investigation.
Okay, so Bonnie was at the house. Okay, the pendant. But this shouldn't be all. Emily. Okay. To Bonnie. No. Okay, wait. No, we're not. We're not doing the trigger association. Cancel association. Okay, Bonnie has been with Pierre ever since the first meeting between Pierre and the Phantom. That's why Elodie came looking for her. Raison. Yeah.
There's no need to
No.
rush.
Okay.
Let's see if we...
That's why I hate these things. Yes. Okay. I always have to Google those. I never get those right. No. Let's see. What am I? Okay. Oh. You. I don't trust
Now
you.
behave and follow me to the interrogation room.
Ow! That hurt.
Okay.
Ow!
I don't think it's good to let them go. I think the third one. Yep, got it. Got a 25. No, we can't let her
Is
get
there
away.
something else you need?
Huh?
I see.
Hey,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Look,
Because he has been kept in the dark all along. And I assume it's the same with Pierre. That never quite added up for me.
Uh-huh.
Why did Pierre feel compelled to return to his home with Bonnie and Dependent, and make them so easy to find for the Marechaussee Phantom? Both of these things are in stark contrast to his usual meticulous and vigilant behavior. There's only one reasonable explanation. He probably received the following instructions right before the Phantom came knocking on his door. Bring the cat and the pendant, and our undercover agent will be sure to help. Unbeknownst to him, however, the third person who wrote that letter to him had long decided to sacrifice him and Bernard to save themselves.
Yep.
What? You can't be serious.
If you focus only on Bernard's testimony, it's easy to believe that only...
Wait. But that doesn't make any sense. If that's the act...
Yep, which is why the third person made sure that Pierre would never be found again.
Oh. Bonnie's dad is
Once they had
dead.
instructed Pierre to expose himself, the third person wrote to Pierre again, suggesting that everything had been taken care of, and he should take Bonnie and safely return to his base. Of course, Pierre's disappearance at such a sensitive time immediately made him a prime suspect. Knowing that Bonnie had last been seen with him, all the third person would have to do from that point on would be to lead the Phantom to investigate the Humane Society and get Bernard to confess the truth.
Wait, so you're saying that the letter I received yesterday...
Is that what happened?
Uh-huh.
Chevra said that assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. Someone among us, however, has been feeding us all kinds of preconceived notions ever since our first meeting.
Wonder who
They
that
suggested
is.
that Pierre's disappearance was an attempt to escape the judgment of the law, and that Pierre was a scion of the Lefebvre family. But if the disappearance is truly just a cover-up for a murder, then couldn't the true scion have been an illegitimate daughter, rather than an illegitimate son?
Huh?
Yep.
Haven't you taken this joke a bit too far? You're right. I did let a lot of assumptions get to my head when I first started to talk to you about the case. I'll make sure to correct my behavior.
You deliberately fed us lies, but even you could not control every last detail of your plan. There was a flaw in your scheme, and something didn't quite go as planned. Getting the Marechaussee Phantom to notice Pierre was only the first part of your plan. Had they failed to take notice of the Humane Society, they could have cast a wider, and you couldn't predict what they might possibly find if given enough time. This, of course, was the main weakness of your plan.
No.
As someone accustomed to acting from behind the scenes, you didn't want to take the risk of personally proposing a raid on the Humane Society. So, you thought about pulling a few more strings, so all the suspicion would point towards Bernard and his society. Once the Phantom expanded their search, it would only be a matter of time before they found Pierre's base. If a cat last seen with the suspect turned up dead at the imitation synth base,
Babe? No. Trying to kill the kitty?
it wouldn't be long until the Phantom would figure out exactly how she had been mistreated, and it was probably during your ambush of Pierre. You didn't even have the time to check if she had already been stuffed full of imitation synth.
Bunny. Forest of bunnies.
Still, you soon found another opportunity. Before long, Bonnie had made her way back into the city and even popped up on the Steambird. Like Bernard, you desperately wanted to confirm the contents of her stomach, so you hurried to find us. Unlike Bernard, however, you were hoping that Pierre did have the time to make her swallow a load of imitation synth. While investigating the suspect's cat, we unexpectedly discovered that the suspect has been smuggling imitation synth using living animals as intermediaries. That was your plan, in any case. With that, you'd have been able to lead the investigation towards the Humane Society.
The poor cat.
Bonnie had managed to escape before Pierre was able to stuff her full of imitation synth. That part of your plan could no longer be carried out. But as shrewd as you were, you came up with another plan right away. You manipulated the Traveler and I to help you identify Bernard as a key suspect. You used the Lefebvre name as bait to get us to join your investigation. With 2 extra bodies around, the Special Patrol is sure to soon take note of the strange event of Bernard somehow having a reason to look for Pierre's cat.
So, what you're saying is, I went to all that trouble just for the chance that you might put forth the suggestion that would lead you down the wrong path.
Yeah.
Of course, you did far more than that. Just now at Lumidu's Harbor, were you not the person who highlighted the suspicious activities of the Society?
Oh.
You even highlighted the Society's activities during your compilation of the logs, so they'd be immediately visible to any. Moreover, the logs contained no records of the Port Authority's activities. In other words, your activities.
Yep.
And what are you trying to suggest with that?
I am insinuating that you had plenty of opportunities to transfer the raw materials for imitation synth from the harbor to a boat, and then sail over to the meeting place full of floating barrels.
Lava.
And that's how neither the trafficker nor the manufacturer knew there was a third person who supplied the raw materials, and surreptitiously operated between them.
No.
Pierre manufactured imitation synth using the raw materials you provided, stuffed the animals, and placed the animals back into the barrels. Having received the green light from you as Pierre, Bernard then retrieved his animals and shipped them out of Fontaine once he had received enough for a full batch. This is the truth behind your smuggling ring.
I can't believe it. I never...
You've sure got an extremely lively imagination.
No shit.
So what do you think she's going to say next?
But do you have any
Yeah.
evidence?
If
It appears that it's quite easy to predict what you'll think or say. Then if we
Thumbs up.
apply that to this case, we can also think of a few places to look for incriminating evidence. You know very well that this case will not end until Pierre is found, so you will have him commit suicide out of fear and shame to end the investigation for good. That way, you can also pin the blame for the overseas smuggling activities, the theft of the harbor's confiscated raw materials, and even the Lefebvre name on him. But you still want it to appear as if he had sent that last letter to Bernard, so you have to make sure he cannot be found until after Bernard has confessed to the authorities. To do that, you either will hide his body until you've found an appropriate time to set up a fake suicide scene, or you'll dump it someplace where it'll be hard to determine the exact time of death. Submerged in water, for instance. The location would ideally allow you to keep the body hidden for some time while also letting you keep an eye on it. There are only so many options to hide a person's time of death after all. As long as the Phantom investigates each of the possibilities in turn, they'll surely find Pierre's remains. Especially since, as the prime suspect who will now be taken into custody, you will no longer have the time to move him or set up a fake suicide scene to cover up the murder.
How absurd. And on what grounds will you order my arrest? Don't think for a second that your spouts of nonsense will amount to any kind of real argument.
Elodie Lefebvre! As the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, I hereby declare you as a suspect in the case. If you have any objections, you may raise them later during interrogation.
That's right. We received a message from Lumidu's harbor that you were going to investigate the Humane Society. We didn't expect to run into you at such a critical moment.
While at the harbor, we noticed something else extremely interesting. Apparently, you often used all kinds of excuses to swap your shifts. And if one were to match the times of your shifts to the activities of the Humane Society and those of certain foreign ships, they'd find them—
Yes, I'm sure you have already thought of a dozen different ways to explain away the suspicious activities. But as far as evidence goes, that should be enough to warrant taking you into custody.
Don't worry. If it turns out that the guards are still unable to find any evidence after all this, Lynette and I will do everything in our power to clear your name.
Although judging by her reaction, I assume no follow-up from us will be needed.
The Lefebvres were infamous for using disguise and infiltration to achieve their goals. Who would have thought that they would have planted someone within the guards?
Judging from the timeline, they likely arranged for you to enter the guards before the fall of the clan. But they probably didn't expect you to turn it to your advantage and use your job to save yourself to—
Not only that, but you actively participated in the interrogation, arrest, and judgment of the Lefebvres during their fall, thus clearing yourself of suspicion. You brutally and cruelly abandoned your allies as soon as they outlived their usefulness, just like a lizard cutting off its own tail in order to live. You've been doing this for years.
So you played me like a fool after all?
What was that word you used? Ally? You think that someone as foolish as him is worthy to call himself my ally? They were worthless scum, all of them. Not just Bernard and Pierre, but those Lefebvres too. They always just saw me as a tool. I lost all my chances of a normal life just because I was born into their lot. Not only that, but because they wanted me to become an undercover agent, they stripped me of my name, too. I had to live in constant fear of them while they were alive. And even once they were gone, I had to continue to bury my heritage and my name. Always worrying that their enemies would come knocking at the door. Do you know anything about what I've been through over all these years? My life as the last Lefebvre?
Did you run up?
I don't, and neither do I care.
Are you?
Yeah, no one asked.
Are you for real? Aren't you a Lefebvre victim too?
Elodie, you're the only one still living under the shadow of a name.
Boom.
That's
Mic
enough.
drop.
Keep your hands where I can see them and do not resist arrest. If you have more to say, save it for the interrogation room.
What a joke. What a joke! Hey! Don't come any closer!
What's
Is that
that?
strapped to the kitty?
Know what this is? I've secretly planted loads of explosives in the Humane Society. Just one step closer and...
It looks like paper
Whether
mache,
they're
though.
cats, dogs, or just unlucky human employees. Surely, you bunch of goody two-shoes won't let that happen, right?
Oh. Winnie's our best option. Ah, yes.
I can understand how you feel. Like you, we are also victims of the Lefebvre clan. But if you were to endanger innocence now for your own gain, the public anger towards the Lefebvres would only rise to a boiling point. And the families of the new victims would be dead set on exacting revenge on you.
And what of it?
I'll be your hostage, Elodie.
What?
Thanks for your concern, Traveler. But we need to end all of the hate and violence arising from this clan once. I'll raise my hands and come over slowly. I promise that I'm completely unarmed.
I'm watching you. Don't think for—
That's right. Just keep your eyes on me.
Yep.
Don't look away.
That's to be so. It was Bonnie. Bonnie Waxer. She went, what was it? With Tiger King's wife or whatever. Was it her name, Bonnie?
Phew. So I was right after all. It's easier to deal with the person
it was
causing the
Carol
problem
Baskin.
than the
Never
problem
mind.
itself.
Killed her husband, whacked him.
This is it.
It was
Looks
paper
like
mache.
it's just a toy.
Guess that's probably why she suddenly flipped and knocked out Bernard. He probably knew that there were no explosives at the society.
The limo?
Well, given that she never even showed her face to Bernard and Pierre, I had my doubts that she'd have gone to the society in person to plant explosives.
Thank you for your help, everyone. I'll take them back for thorough questioning and find someone better to take over the Humane Society. I might need a few statements from everybody. Would you be able to come with me?
If statements are all you need, can Linny provide them on my
No.
behalf?
Poor Lynette.
I still need to go back and explain some things to the crew. I also had an appointment with the Traveler before we got interrupted.
Yep. We were gonna hang out.
Ah, so you do remember. Yes, I invited you to come over to our— Once I'm done talking with the troupe, I'll make a nice cup of tea and bring Bonnie to wait for you outside of my door.
I get to see Bonnie. Bonnie's coming. Off live. Out like they're up there. They says that up there. Wow. Look at you two. So cute. Sleeping with your faces on the pavement. Kick you. Tick. Chick. Tick. Kick. Kick. I better play dead. Alright, we're going to Lynette's house. At the Hotel de Bard. Oh yeah, fall damage. Alright.
Black tea and a cute kitty. Truly, want some?
Yeah. Of course. A cute kitty, please.
I see she's already starting to snuggle up to you. Not at all. Information is indeed very important. But if you were to try to collect every piece of information you come across, your efficiency would actually decrease. Plus, if you just think about it, what sounds more fun? Writing a statement or enjoying a tea party? Great answer. That'd be my pick too. Had we not run into that case, we could have spent the entire day like this. But now I'm running low on both time and energy. You're right. I can sense it. I'm recharging very quickly at the moment. Something about her rubbed me the wrong way since the very beginning. But to be more precise, it was probably around the time when I saw Bonnie try to get away from her.
Now, I was wondering why she was trying to hide behind us with only her there. Yeah, after Benign.
Elodie tried to get close, but Bonnie deliberately dodged her. Maybe Bonnie had tried to evade her before at Pierre's base. Or perhaps Bonnie just instinctively knew that she wasn't a good person.
She was bad man, bad woman, bad woman. And she
Not
has
everyone who
kitties.
likes cats is a good person. But if cats like you, you're probably alright. Humans tend to overthink things, but cats rely on their instincts, and they're pretty sharp. I mean, just look at Bonnie. She took a liking to you the moment you met.
Miro, am I like a Bonnie?
Fresh fruit, sweeter than syrup.
Picture. Can I put this picture in my house? I want this picture. Hi. Thank you so much for watching my Lynette Genshin Impact video. And in case you'd like to know, I stream on Twitch almost every day at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you there. See you on the next one. Bye!
Open my eyes, I slept through the day. Slept through the